Previously on the Floptraitors.
Yes, give me some croissants.
I also found it a little bit weird how Marie immediately went for Flo. And I find it funny that you're coming for me because your name's been brought up today, alright? Your whole demeanour has changed since when you first came in.
And who better to throw under the bus than your own sister?
Please
I don't like taking
let us know, were you a Floptraitor or a Faithful Legs? Okay, you're going to recruit Nerio to the Floptraitors, am I correct in saying that?
Yes.
You have now officially joined the team of Floptraitors. Let's go, alright.
Good morning, all. Yeah,
No one's
all
dead.
here.
Oh,
Hello.
No,
no.
So we all survived the night. Thank God.
But that means someone has been recruited.
Hello everyone.
Morning.
Hello,
Good
Claudia.
morning.
It looks like you've worked it out. It looks like you may have worked it out. Has someone been recruited?
Yes.
We don't know. We don't know. Maybe they didn't accept it. Maybe they got offered and they didn't accept. We don't know, but it's up to you guys to discuss in your private rooms.
And I'm gonna look at people who voted. If Portsmouth is a flop trader, I'm gonna look at people who voted for Tony over her.
Good point.
I can't think of who did that now, but I'll have to
There was
try and remember.
I was split and
Mazza
ended
and
on
Fleur.
Tony because I had to agree with Mazza, and I think it's difficult. I was so indecisive.
Mhm.
So I was
Oh, yeah,
kind
you
of
got
split
it.
because I do think.
You lied.
Sorry, I do feel like Portsmouth was much more like, bam bam, like kind of panic-ish. While as Tony stayed calm.
Yeah.
So
I
that
think,
was my main sus of
think
her
Portsmouth is
in that
black
whole
gold.
argument stuff.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put an arrow next to Sophie and Coconut so that I need to spend. In fact, I'm gonna go into the library now because they're both in there.
I'm gonna sus Morgie and Sophie because Morgie just keeps grinning, and Sophie,
Yeah.
I've got 2 ticks by, so that's my thinking. Just throwing it out there.
All right, I'm gonna go
I'm
into
gonna
the
go to the
hallway.
hallway.
Does
Good
anyone know who the
gathering.
traitors were?
Are we all gathered in the hallway?
Yes, you don't want to be alone.
It looks like a very crowded
We got
hallway,
FOMO.
so it's perfect time for the round table. We're down to the last 9 of you, and you're yet
Can I quickly
to
question?
get a flop traitor. What's the question?
So if someone had said no, do they know who the traitors are?
No, they would not know who the traitors are. However, they would have been able to come back to the table and tell you or not.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying sometimes like from the show or whatever, people don't want to announce it. Like sometimes people don't want to say, oh, they tried to recruit me and I said no, because it's a way to kind of observe a bit longer. But for me, the fact that no one came in to breakfast and was like, they tried to recruit me and I turned them down because I'm a faithful legs and all that kind of stuff makes me feel like there is another traitor now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. That is.
Unless anyone wants to confess now, like, just say. No.
Well, I was reading Bob Mortimer's new book, The Hotel Avocado. You know, that's
Jesus
what I
Christ.
was doing.
You know what? I'm starting to suspect the guy who constantly reads while there's murder going on all around him.
Yes.
I'd like to make
It's
my
like
point
a
at some point.
silent reading saga. Sorry.
I've got a very good point though, and you might like this actually, Coco, because this does help you actually. So last round, I was looking at who was basically voting for who. There was an argument between 2 people, obviously, and it would be so easy for a trader to just jump on the back of that and say, "Let's go for whoever's got the most smoke on them. It's so easy. Let's vote them out." Now, saying that, 2 people didn't vote for the people in those arguments. Might be 3. I might have miscounted, but Mazza and Coco didn't vote for either of the 2 who were sort of the main suspects, which leads me to believe that it's not either of them. Saying that, obviously, one of them could be recruited last night, we don't know. But that's sort of the information that I've got for it. And I don't have anything else really to go off.
I might be shooting myself in the foot here, Crisp, but based on your logic, right? Yesterday you voted for Portsmouth, who was one of the 2 who was being argued about, and on the first night you voted for Kian. So in your thing of saying that a faithful legs wouldn't jump on the bandwagon,
That's
in both
very
of those
true,
situations you've jumped on the bandwagon.
The first one I jumped on the bandwagon because I had no idea.
Yeah,
But the second
that's
one,
fair because
I never thought it was.
like,
I never thought it was. Who was it? Oh, fuck, I'm gonna get names wrong. I never thought it was Smidge. I never thought it was.
yeah.
But I didn't have anything else to really go off, and I didn't want to just wild shoot in case I accidentally hit someone.
It's difficult now because people have definitely got the biggest poker faces on them at the moment if they are the traitors here. So it'd be at this point difficult to suspect, because when I was in the hallway, no one really shouted up their suspicions. The only suspect I've got now potentially is you, because you read every time someone is being killed.
That's fair. Well, I'm just trying to improve my reading skills, you see, so I think that's the best way to do it. But
like reading our goddamn tombstones at this rate.
One thing that has been brought up, which I don't think like anyone else has really spoken about, is that Sophie's very quiet and she was very loud.
I was literally just gonna say that.
Yeah.
And now she's sort of like not chiming in.
Well,
at
yeah,
all.
I got Kian wrong. I clearly don't know what I'm on about.
I do have 2 names written down based on last round who I've circled and put sus towards.
Yeah, me too.
So,
and sorry,
my
my
names.
suspicions have gone to Nero.
What?
Oh.
How did I do?
Because sorry to cut you off, Idol.
No, it's fine.
When we was in, I think we was in the hallway, you started talking about how it all works, like how does the traitors do this, and like it was like you didn't know how the game worked.
Because I don't know how the game works. This is the first time I'm actually involved in this. I know I've never watched this. If you ask Flops as well, if you ask Floppy Legs, I was messaging him prior to the game starting. I honestly don't know what this show is.
That's what I'm saying. We've had all the thing from Floppy, how the game works. We've been through how many rounds now, and I think you know how it should work. But you were acting like, oh, like I don't know what's going on, and like, oh, what happens? Like, did they recruit someone or did they not? So my suspicion went straight to you. I'm sorry, but it just seemed a bit sus.
Wow, folks, that's cold. I mean, I'm new here, so I don't understand how I could be suspect on this. I mean, I honestly don't know what to say now at this point. I mean, look, honestly, it's the first time I'm playing this game. First time I've even seen this goddamn show, and finding out who the host is. And Flops, I'm not even going to pander to the judge on this or the host, so I'm not even going to attempt that. But wow, Marie, wow.
Defend yourself.
What I will say is, I originally did have sus on you, Nerio. I did, but it's faded. I don't think there is at this point for me. The 2 people who I think it was based off last round, and I might be going here. I might be getting a nice little visitor in the night, shall we say. But I think it's Sophie and I think it's Morgie.
Those are the 2 names I have listed. I'm sorry to say. Just because of the giggling, Morgie.
And quite quiet as well.
Yeah.
And Sophie's quietness is just kind of throwing me off. Maybe I'm reading too much into it.
Morgie, when I was in my bedroom as well, thinking about what happened last time, it was Morgie. Your name came up on my list, but then also, Idol, your name came up because just how much you're in that library on your own, and I don't know what the hell's going on here, because like the traitors could end up being one of those people that instigates an argument in a room, or could be sussing everyone out. I don't know. So for me, like, Morgie, I'm sorry, and Idol, those are my 2 suspects.
I've heard enough. Write down. Sorry to cut you off there at the end. Write down your name.
Did you hear what you were cutting her off about as well?
What did you say?
She said, I swear on my dead dog's grave.
Oh.
You just were like, no.
Get voting.
Shut up.
Get voting. They're going to be writing down the name of who they think is the flop traitor. Remember, you are yet to get 1 flop traitor. You're running out of days, guys. If you don't know, there's a total of 5 nights. We're currently on the 3rd day. Don't mess this up. This is your 1 chance to get rid of a flop traitor and get some money back in the pot. Coco, reveal the name and why you voted for them.
Okay, so honestly, this just goes for the other round, right? So I said Morgie again, and that's again because I do feel like she could potentially be the traitor.
Sophie, just because her demeanor's changed since the start, she's just become a lot more quiet, and I feel like maybe just trying to like blend in and not draw a lot of attention to herself. I
went for Morgie. Sadly, I think a little bit too quiet. The giggles and the cats not licking themselves in the background anymore, which is quite disappointing for me, in all honesty. I do love cats. I like seeing cats. And Hey, there's a cat. If you moved a little bit earlier, might have saved the vote. But sadly, it was a 50-50 split in all info.
Marie, who have you voted for and why?
I think it's obvious I voted for Nero.
Okay, that's 2 votes for Morgie, 1 vote for Sophie, and 1 vote for Nerio. Mazapants, who have you voted for and why?
I've agreed with Flo. I think Sophie's demeanour has completely changed from the beginning, and she's gone really quiet. So I've gone for Sophie.
Morgie, who have you voted for and why?
I still really think it's Portsmouth from last round. I don't know if we should let go of what Tony was saying, Smidge was saying. And I'm suspicious of people who voted for Tony over her as well. I'm keeping an eye on them.
I voted for the only giggler in the room who was quiet throughout the whole discussion, but Morgie.
All right, Portsmouth, who have you voted for and why?
Morgie, constantly giggly, R.I.P. Bailey.
Okay, the final vote, Sophie, who are you voting for and why?
I'm voting for Neria.
Nirayu.
It's a bit dodgy.
Right.
Wow.
Dodgy looking fella on the corner street, yeah?
Unfortunately, that doesn't change anything. Morgie, you do have the most votes, and you are out. Please let us know, are you a faithful legs or a flop traitor?
I've loved it here. The castle's so brilliant, so big.
I don't have the pixel glasses, but I can buy them.
I understand why. I get what Coco's saying, but I definitely use it. Like, my nervousness.
She adds so much character to Sally
So I
Balls,
get it, guys,
isn't she?
don't
Like,
work your
oh,
names. But
obsessed. I really want to see it. I know they're not in it right now.
Faithful legs.
I knew it!
I'm sorry.
She would never swear on her dead good grooves without reason!
It's my fault.
I'm sorry, Morgie.
She's a faithful legs. And there you go. Another one gone.
Yeah.
Another one gone. Now, I'm getting a bit bored of doing this now, guys. I'm getting a little bit bored of coming to you at the end of these banishments, at the end of the round tables, telling you once again another faithful legs is gone. You've got 8 people remaining, and you were saying there's a total of potentially 3 flop traitors now. You lot are absolute shit.
Well, hopefully 2.
Excuse me, I ain't finished talking, love. And clearly, you ain't got a clue what's going on, because you lot have continually got it wrong. The aim of the game is to get rid of flop traitors. It's in the name, you absolute dickheads. Yeah? So get it sorted, or I'm going to look at myself, Claudia Winkleman. I'm going to look at myself and think what an idiot cast I've brought together. Because you lot are useless. Useless.
Claudia would never speak
Wow.
like this.
Wow.
Get to your bedrooms and really tuck yourself in tonight, because someone's going to be coming to your door, likely me, with information from the traitors of your head on a stake. Yeah? And actually, I wouldn't care if any of you died right now, because you're terrible at this game. Good night. They are absolute shit.
Oh, that was very intense.
You've managed to evade any suspicion once again, really, guys.
I will say,
No.
Coco.
I got so like Chris is out there for me, defending me. That is incredible.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
sick. Like, I love that. But
Yeah.
Flo is on to you.
Oh shit.
Flo thinks you're being too quiet.
Yeah.
So just subtly, very subtle. Don't obviously go over the top, but you're very quiet.
It was Sophie was on to me, but Sophie, I think, because she just said I was dodgy looking, so I didn't know. I honestly didn't know how to take that.
I think Sophie's more sus than you right now. She's
There's
she's
more
changed
suspicion with her,
demeanor.
but Marie it definitely has got the sus on me. So, what are we voting to do?
Wait,
What we-
who heard that Flo was sus of me? Who
I
heard
did.
that?
I heard that.
But was there others in the room than you two that heard that she was sus of?
No,
me?
it was just Flo and I, because I remember I first went to the kitchen. I think it was the kitchen. And then I went to leave, but saw that she joined, and I didn't want to leave her alone. So I rejoined, and I was like, oh, what are your thoughts? La la la. And she was like, Sophie, Coco, or Morgie. Like, Coco's been very quiet. Sophie's
Okay.
demeanor has changed. So that's where she's at.
Yeah.
Because then I think one of the things that we could do is either recruit someone like Marie, because she has not a lot of suspects.
Yeah, no, she's got none.
Or kill Flo, because she has sus on me, yet no one else had heard it.
But I strongly suspect if we go to recruit Marie, she's gonna turn us down. I've got this feeling she's gonna turn her.
Morals.
That
She's
is
out for
true.
blood.
That is true.
Yeah.
I think
So
we
I
should
don't-
kill.
Do you think we should kill?
Yeah.
I think we
wanna
should
kill
kill.
someone.
Yeah.
Okay, so
alright, who
I
are we
think
killing?
Let's kill
I
Flo.
would suggest Flo because she has sus on me.
She's
Yet
not.
you two, it sounds like you two are the only ones who have heard that
Yeah.
he has sus on me.
I would say go for Flo because if we go for Marie now, it's too obvious. It will make it absolutely too obvious that it was me to the other folks. So I would say Flo, or if we go for Sophie, I think I don't know.
I'm scared of
Sophie has already sus on her, so
Sophie
it doesn't
voted
matter
for me,
to
though.
kill
Sophie
her.
voted for me in the last round, and so did Crisp. Like, I reckon I don't know if I'm gonna survive this.
I do
No.
think you two are in danger. Mostly
Yeah.
Portsmouth in some way, but I
Yeah.
do think that
What can I do to
it would
change that?
we would
How do I think
benefit
you out?
more to get rid of Flo.
Yeah, I would say Flo would be the best bet. It would knock a lot of
'Cause
suspicion off.
do you agree that we should kill Flo?
Yes.
Yes, kill
Let us
Flo.
murder. I feel really bad. trusted
Sorry,
me.
Flo, but
You trusted me.
Okay.
you didn't trust me, so now you're gonna pay for it.
Jeez.
Fight and talk from Coco. Hello, Flo. I've come to your room to let you know I've got a message from the Traitors. And they are letting you know, officially from the Traitors, you have been murdered.
No.
How do you feel?
How did it happen? How did they do it?
I can't go into the nitty-gritty details, Zara, as I get banned from Twitch. It was a gruesome death, and they rejoiced in your last breath. Yeah, how do you feel? Are you disappointed?
I'm disappointed, but I'm quite excited now that I'm going to be able to watch it and find out who they are. Can I say who I suspect they are?
Yeah, your final suspicions. Let's hear them.
Final suspicions are Sophie, Idol, Crisp, and potentially Coconuts. They're very quiet. But I think my solid Sophie and Idol.
All right. Well, you'll find out how well that suspicion is. But unfortunately, your time on the Floptraitors is over. Okay. Another one bites the dust. Of course, now that means they've lost another 1,000, and they also lost Morgie. So they're on 9,000 floppy bucks. It's going down very, very quickly now. Next time on the Floptraitors. I don't need to say this anymore to you because you should already know. But it's time to get a Floptraitor out. Not one's gone yet, and there's potentially 3 sitting among you.
I'm praying. Guys.
I know who you're
I don't think it's you, like any of you.
Arguably the most important round table you will do in the show.